Hey guys, it's Brian. Hope you're doing well today. It's the 20th of November, Wednesday, and just here to do a quick update. Let you know what I'm looking at. It's right at 8:49 Central Time, 9:49 Eastern. So the market's been open officially for about 20 minutes now. So just give you an idea of what I'm looking at this morning and kind of what I'm seeing in the markets, so that you can get an idea of what my game plan is. All right, so let's pop over here. I'm going to share this screen with you. A couple of things to look at here in the background. First off, on forex, I've been talking recently about the fact that you don't need a lot of fancy stuff. Find a currency pair or a couple of currency pairings that have pretty high volatility and play a breakout at the beginning of the morning. I've shown how that works for a couple of days now. I did not trade this today. I missed it, and but you can see again, coming into the start of the day, pretty darn tight range on what's typically a fairly volatile currency pairing. Broke through the top of that, and looks like that would have moved pretty quickly into profit. But again, I did not personally trade that, so just FYI. But it's just another example of how something very simple can work. Again, the process behind this is just simply looking at kind of where you are as a certain time of day begins, and then setting a breakout area, top and the bottom of a certain range, and then based on that, set your take profit to the same level of what your initial risk is. So if you've got 20 pips of risk, set your take profit to 20 pips of profit, right? And then I just simply ratchet off risk. Every pip this moves in my favor, I take risk off. What does that do for us? It's certainly not a sexy, exciting strategy, right? It's not something that's just over the moon. Like, oh my God, I'm going to double my account in 10 days. No, it's a legitimate trading process that can make you some positive returns over time. And why do I say that? Well, because you're always your win to loss is 1-to-1, but because you're ratcheting off risk every time the trade moves in your favor, you're always going to have a winning amount that's greater than your losing amount. So when you win more than you lose. Now there are going to be times when it moves in your favor and then comes back and stops you out. That's part of trading. It happens no matter what trading system you have. That's going to happen. But mathematically, this works out over time. And if you're very consistent with your application of that, don't get all wound up and trying to trade it both directions every day and all of this. If you're just consistent and look at what's happening in the marketplace and look at current trends, or you've got to have something consistent, right? You might look at the intraday trend leading up to that point and say, well, the intraday trend up to this point has been up, so I'm going to put this breakout box here, and if it breaks up, then I'll take the trade. If it breaks down, I won't take the trade. There's a lot of filters you can put in, but they've got to be something simple and something that you can duplicate the same way every single time. So anyway, there's that. As far as what's going on over here on eminis and gold, you can see we're right in between two key areas that I've been looking at. So we're right in the middle here. I am a little bit interested in this 31.15 area. Yesterday we were trading off of 31.20. You saw the trades that I put in. I had a short that came out, stopped me out for around break even. Then you saw I went long, and that was actually right here where I went long, and it stopped me out just over break even, and then ended up pushing down at the end of the day there. And now we're coming back up. We're at this 31.15 area right here, which definitely is interesting, because we can see yesterday, this morning, today it's kind of respected that area. Personally though, I would rather see if this pushed back up around here to 31.20, because this is my 4-hour point, right? I would rather see it push up here to 31.20, and then I would take it short off of that. Maybe even right, what is this right here, 31.19 previous close. Might be an interesting level as well, but I'd like to see it pull up before I tried to go short on it. And likewise, even looking at potential long opportunities, it needs to come down to a key area. It would have to come down here to 31.11 before I'd be able to look at going long. So we're in no man's land. Easy to get caught up psychologically, right? It's so easy to say, oh, but I want to trade, Brian. I want to trade. I want to do something. Well, reality is, in order to be consistent with anything, we've got to have a consistent plan. And it's easy. You can look at a chart at any point and say, well, there's a good opportunity to trade. You know, you can always find a trade. I've said it for years. It's kind of like trouble, right? If you go out looking for trouble, you're going to find trouble. If you go out looking for a trade, you're going to find a trade. You've got to wait for a setup. You've got to wait for whatever your plan says, which is why I say, have a plan. Plan your trade, trade your plan, right? You've got to have that. No matter what your plan is. I mean, your plan's going to be different from my plan. It's going to be different from Bob's plan. It's going to be different from Susan's plan. Everyone's got their own plan. Trade your plan, whatever you think is going on. Because all the talking heads on MSNBC and any website and any other thing that you follow, they're all full of their own ideas. Not one is better than the other. Everyone's got a 50-50 shot of being right. Bah. That's what it comes down to. And no one wants to hear that. But it's true. That's just the reality of it. So anyway, I'm way off on a tangent. Right now, for me, no man's land. Although 31.15 is interesting, I'm going to be patient and wait for it to come to one of these key levels so that we could take a trade that's within my parameters and see where that goes from there. So right now, what I'm looking at 31.20. I'm looking at 31.10, 31.11 over here on the eminis. 14.80, 14.65 on gold. Big areas for me, and just have to wait until price comes to one of those areas. If it gets there, then just during my active part of the trading day, then I'll take it. If not, then I just simply don't trade today, and we've got to be patient and ready for that. Other things I've got to trade on right now on a different platform, but you can see what's going on over here. I have a ETH trade on from 175.12. It's a long trade on that right now. Again, exact same process is what I'm doing in the futures market. Just simply looking at key areas. This is ETH versus Tether, so it's basically ETH USD. But just taking a long on this. I've got some key areas. If it pushes up to 178, I'm really looking for 180 is kind of my area that I'm looking to take profit. But I'm going to peel off part of that here at 178 if it gets there, and then we'll go from that point forward. So anyway, those are the things that I'm looking at for the day. Where is that over here? Forex trade, missed it, moved before I got the trade on, but I think, just reiterating the fact that simple strategies do work. We've shown that over and over. For futures stuff, looking at gold, looking at the eminis, I need to have key areas, and then like I said over here on crypto, in a trade there, letting that thing do its thing. Again, key areas, and we roll from there. So anyway, that's it for now. If you have questions, certainly let me know. I have gotten a couple of questions about CCT. I've really been kind of hard pressed. People will email me directly. I'll talk to you about it. I sent out an email over the weekend. I don't know that I want to get into a whole lot more about it. There's obviously, I still have my integrity, and there's certain things I'm not going to say about the company and status and things of that nature that I'm obviously bound by obligations to keep things private. So as disgruntled as I might be, I still have my integrity, and I'm not going to disclose private information about anyone or anything. So that is what it is. Yeah, if you want to know my feelings about it, I'll tell you my feelings, but I'm not going to disclose information that's not public, right? So anyway, that's it for now. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you later. Happy trading.